Alright, just gonna make a quick video here of how I've been recently doing some trapping. So this is one of my girlfriend's property back here, and we have about an acre, and this is our trail that kind of goes around the back half of our property here. You can see it just kind of goes around in a big old circle over there. Anyways, so with the armadillos, I've been seeing a lot of activity in this area. Most of my trappings have been occurring back here, and this is how I've been setting up my traps. Usually this one over here is over on the other side to kind of keep them staggered, but either way, came out here this morning coming from the other direction, and you can see the trap in the middle there. Doors down, and this one was down too actually. This one is actually empty, but the one over there actually does have an armadillo in it. But this configuration just seems to have been working very well as of recently. So I've also been getting some questions on how do I make my traps. Well, start off with the wood. I do have most of my traps are made out of 3/4 inch plywood. I think I may have one left that was made out of 1x12 pine. Either one does work, depends on how you want to go ahead and actually set it up. I think the 3/4 inch plywood does work better, especially because it is green treated. It does hold up a lot better in the weather. Now, I do have some that are painted and some that are not painted, so I wanted to try and paint some of these to see if the paint would actually affect the wood from absorbing the scent, or even not even attracting an armadillo at all. But as you can see, the one here, it does have some brown outdoor paint on it, and it had no problem trapping an armadillo there the other night. So painted, unpainted, whatever you want to do. If you are going to use the 1x12 pine, I don't think you can get that stuff treated. Maybe you can, but if you are going to use 1x12, anything untreated, I recommend painting it just so it lasts better in the weather. Here in central Tennessee, it's humid all the time, you get lots of rain. And if I leave my traps out, especially like during rainstorms, I like to leave them in, the wooded areas, so they're not, out in the middle, out in the open, just getting downpoured on. But nonetheless, rain gets on them, and like I said, any kind of wood that sits untreated in the dirt, in the grass, is going to get wet, it's going to warp, it's going to rot, and your stuff is not going to last. You're just going to have to rebuild your trap a lot faster. But anyways, 3/4 inch plywood is my my wood of choice. Now, I do have a couple of different configurations on how I mount these right here. These are 1/2 inch, I believe they're a U-channel, aluminum U-channel. I think they're used for plywood, not sure. But so these are actually 2 feet long. That way the door can ride all the way up, and there's no restrictions on it coming down. It just makes a very stable and smooth door slide. And for this one here, I have an access hole right there, and then on the other side of that, there's a smaller one where there's actually a screw, and then it's mounted to the wood right there. If I do this one again, I will put some wood glue in the hole with the screw in there, just so it's a little bit more secure. But other than that, there are really no issues with this one, other than the fact I did have one armadillo that did break that off one time, but I said it's only been one time. Now, one trap I did sell to somebody, armadillo did do some damage to that one as well, so I am kind of moving away from this design here, but I'll keep showing you this one. That is I believe that is CPVC. That's I forgot, some kind of union that's there. But anyway, then the rest of this is all 3/4 inch. There's 3/4 inch adapters and 3/4 inch elbows, tees, and just kind of give you a quick shot here. The trap itself is about 28 or 30 inches long. I don't remember what the exact dimensions are that I cut it, but that is it. Now, down at the bottom board is longer, because I do have to cut the groove in there for the door to fall into, so the door does fall below the surface of the bottom floor there, so the armadillo can't easily get his nose underneath there. Now, the door itself is actually, it's a cutting board. It's a $10 cutting board from Walmart. I'm sure you can find them cheaper elsewhere. I just choose Walmart because it is right across the street or about a mile away. And so if I do mess up a cut, I can just run and get another one. But anyways, let's go into the other design. This is one I actually do prefer making and using now. You can see this one here. So I have grooves on three sides of the box. So 3 sides are longer than the top. So you just have to be mindful on cutting your grooves. The other thing is too, these, like I said, they just fit in there. I like it because, one, if I need to remove the door, I can remove this piece right here and then go ahead and pop the door out and be done with it. So, and that's why I do like this one. And that way the Armadillo can't really get a lot of force either, you know, on there. Like, you can't like push it out of this groove or anything like that. I mean, you really got to be an Armadillo on steroids to do that. But the dimensions are typically the same, about 30 inches. But you can see, like I said, groove on the bottom, groove on both sides. Door's the same. Everything is all the same. But other than that, that is how I trap, and this is my setup right now, and it seems to be working. But so it all depends on where your activity is, and where you're seeing it is where I recommend placing your trap. Also, if you're these traps, I believe they cost me about $70 to $75 to build for each one, between the metal rails, the wood, the PVC, all that fun stuff, the cutting boards. So they can get pricey, but you know what? It's a whole lot better building 5 of those for $70, $75 versus paying a trapper $400 just to come out and bill you for one armadillo, and they're just going to keep coming back because there's no guarantee, there's no way to prevent them from coming back. So, and I said, that's why I have 5. I said, and I can spread them all across my yard, all across the property, and maximize my trapping percentage. So any questions, leave me a comment. Bye. Happy hunting.